Stay tuned for Pause for Thought, the podcast hosted each week by cats and dogs with a message. And now here's your friendly host, Miss Annabelle.
Welcome back to Pause for Thought. Today's show is a first ever since we went on the air. It is the first time we have a person instead of an animal as our guest. The topic is a serious one, but an important one: animal cruelty. Joining us is Dr. Susan Thornhill, a veterinarian with years of experience, to shed light on this troubling issue and what she sees in her practice. Welcome, Dr. Thornhill.
Thank you, Annabelle. I'm glad to be here to talk about this issue, which is unfortunately more common than many realize.
Let's start with your experience. What are some signs of animal cruelty that you encounter in your practice?
I've seen a variety of cases over the years. Physical signs like unexplained injuries, untreated wounds, or extreme malnutrition are some of the most obvious. But there are also behavioral indicators. An animal that's overly fearful, aggressive, or overly submissive can sometimes signal past trauma or neglect.
That sounds heartbreaking. What do you think drives people to harm animals?
There's no single cause, but it often stems from ignorance, neglect, or deeper psychological issues. For some, it's a lack of understanding about proper animal care. For others, it's tied to stress or anger that they take out on a vulnerable animal. In some cases, it's part of a cycle of violence. Research has shown a strong link between animal cruelty and other forms of abuse.
That's alarming. Are there common misconceptions about animal cruelty that you encounter?
One big misconception is that only intentional harm constitutes cruelty. Neglect, like failing to provide proper food, water, shelter, or medical care, is also a form of cruelty, and it's far more widespread than many realize.
What advice would you give to people who suspect animal cruelty?
If you suspect cruelty, it's important to report it to local animal control or law enforcement. Most areas have agencies that investigate these cases. Additionally, if you're in a position to help an animal directly, whether through fostering or adoption, consider doing so. Every small action can make a big difference.
That's great advice. What about prevention? How can we stop cruelty before it happens?
Education is key. Teaching children and adults about proper animal care and the importance of empathy can go a long way. Supporting local shelters and advocacy groups is another way to address the root causes and spread awareness.
Dr. Thornhill, thank you for sharing your insights. This has been an eye-opening discussion, and I hope it inspires our listeners to take action.
Thank you for having me, Annabelle. I'm always happy to speak up for animals who can't speak for themselves.
And thank you to our audience for joining us for another episode of Pause for Thought. Take care of your furry friends, and we'll see you next time.